Greetings all and welcome back to Globbits Gaming Channel. It's myself, Chef Engel and Graylin, who's also called Chris, in Cromwell's again. This game was very special. We were on the medium tank missions and our job was to destroy 3 enemy vehicles as a platoon. You'd be in a platoon of medium tanks and kill 3 enemy vehicles. So yeah, we decide we're going to wolfpack the town, but we don't want to go balls deep straight into the middle of the town. So what we decide to do is basically wait for a little while. Alright, so we're basically just going to take up spotting positions. I would advise this in medium tanks, guys, with very little armour that require mobility to be effective. Things like Cromwells and stuff like that, T-37s and things like that. If you're in mediums or lights that require mobility to be strong, you need to wait for the game to develop a little bit. Now, I decided to shoot this vehicle here, just because it was just looking at me funny. And I decided to shoot that usual tanks destroyer camping spot just there. Just to put a few rounds in. Now I know I'm not hitting anything because the house behind it is being destroyed. If there was a tank there, those shots wouldn't go in. And the guy's basically saying, you know, there's an ARL, the guys are in the middle, you know, and then they tell me, right, the Leo's actually being shot. Okay, at this point, the Leo takes a hit right about now, I believe. Yeah, there you go, he takes a big hit, you can see it. So there is a tank destroyer camping down there. So the one line's basically out of the question for now. So we decided to put some pressure on the middle. Chris moves down. Graylin's still doing things in the house where I was. I decided to have a look into the middle because there isn't many eyes down there. And we spot Matilda. So let it aim. He's not even looking at me. Take a shot. Get back. I'm going to out DPM this guy quite easily, but I don't want to take unnecessary damage this early, especially with that Jagdpanzer there. Alright, I managed to track him early, but there's nothing that really happening. Now, did you hear that? That artillery splash? That's going to play a pivotal role in this game. Artillery basically has a bit of a hard-on for me. If the guy was running XVM, it's probably because of the fact that I've got half-decent stats, and he emphasises us as the threat. Now this is a bit of a misplay here. I allow the Jagdpanzer IV to shoot me twice for 2 shots in return, but then I managed to get a third, which managed to mean I can take him out. We were hunting for kills in this, so I decided to pull out in front of the Matilda and dirt my shot. And again, this isn't a good trade, but it means Chris doesn't get damaged, and then blam. Yeah, I got shat on by Artie again in the FV304. Now, this is the pivotal point in the game now. This game isn't about me, guys, alright? I basically see red here, and I say to Chris, he's handling that ARL-44 and the 3002M. I ask him for permission to leave, which I kind of have to do now, because Chris is kind of like my, you know, I'm the pit bull, I'm on the leash, and he's holding the leash. I just want to go fuck up the artillery, that's all I wanted to do. It's a mistake because the artillery, I donked the first shot, the artillery managed to reduce me to 15 health. I get 2 shots in, but here's the thing. SU-100's got shots on me. And that is basically the end of my game. So I don't manage to do anything to the FV. He's still on 9 health, he's still alive, his gun's still in the game. And basically we're losing quite badly here. We're so out of position, it's unbelievable. We've got light tanks killing the artillery. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a multi-point replay, okay? I'm going to jump to Chris's perspective. The rest of the replay is now going to be from Chris's perspective. Graylin, I apologise. I just wanted to do one person perspective. So I'm going to use Chris for this. So let's see what Chris has been up to. Okay, we're joining in the replay from when we just killed the Jagdpanzer IV. And this is where Chris is basically going to often do his thing with the heavies. Alright, so what I basically do here is I take out the Matilda for the second kill. And then Chris basically does what he should do. Takes the lead because he's on full health. Alright, it's a good play by him, okay, and he decides to go and flank the ARL and the 3002M. See me go rocketing off in a moment. The IRL will stop, so he focuses on the VK 3002M. Alright, he didn't focus on the ARL because he didn't see it as much of a threat, but unfortunately the ARL does put damage into him. But he out DPMs the VK 3002, and then the 3002 provides cover, alright, from him and the ARL. So that was a good choice by him, and helped out by Graylin there. This is where I meet my untimely demise. Boom. Yeah, and thankfully these two get a bit of globby revenge. Yeah, Chris is also using auto-aim. I don't think he realised that that port house thing there, that little port on the side of the thing, was actually a problem. And he does actually ask Graylin to try and get in front of him if he can, but he doesn't need to. Very lucky there just to take his rear track off. Yeah. Okay, now we're getting called idiots and getting told to go and play Tetris, but this is where these boys come into their own, okay? They instantly decide we need to go back and decap. Now, Graylin says, okay, he's trying to put fire into the KV-85 over there. Chris basically cracks the whip here and says, no, we do need to go back to the cap because there's a Chaffee and a Covenanter in the cap circle, and unfortunately the heavies aren't going to make it back, so we don't want to lose by capping. So we bomb burst back, alright, well they should I say bomb burst back because I'm no longer part of the bloody equation because I'm dead, and try and take out the remaining light tanks, okay? Now, Chris tells Graylin, you're going to have to go here, mate, because I haven't got any health. Alright, you've got no health. He's not necessarily a one-shot, but they can kill him in one volley. So he uses the wall and proxy spots the Chaffee and auto-aims, which he knows that they're going to be pointing at him properly, alright, because you don't get the silhouette if you're pointing through a wall. The Commandant thankfully is using the derp. Thank God he wasn't using the pom-pom. And then this is where they start to be absolute bosses. They start to put really effective fire into the side of this KV-1. And the guy is firing back at them. Now, they keep putting fire in and just peppering these guys with fire. This is really, really good. Now, these KV-1s are between a rock and a hard place. He manages to bounce a KV-1 at extreme range there. Chris realises I haven't got the health to be sniping at this distance, so I'm going to have to close the distance down and spot these guys in order for us to be able to kill them effectively. Now, shooting through the trains, yeah, accuracy, well, you know, it's been nerfed and all that. But we still managed to take out shots. So you can still do shots like that, guys, okay? This accuracy nerf, as far as I understand, only really affects you severely when you're on the move. It has completely wrecked tanks like the AMX-12T and the 1375 and tanks like that, and also the 1390 for firing on the move. But my opinions on that are in another video. Just check out my 9.6 so far video. Chris switches to APCR now for the KV-85. This is, again, like I said in my previous Cromwell video, when you're this close, you're on this low health, and you really matter. You want a supply of gold ammunition available. Graylin's put an effective fire into the KV-85. Really good play from him. It was an absolute pleasure to play with this guy over the course of the evening. He's not a guy I play with very often, and he really did shine within our platoon. Alright, he really did. Now, Bert misses him by next to nothing, and thankfully, due to our reload, alright, we are shooting AP now. This is a blind shot of the century. Check that shit out. That shot right there, along with Graylin's, netted us a very special medal. Like I said, guys, my contribution to this battle wasn't actually that great. It was only a third-class mastery badge. It wasn't about me, it's about the other two guys, alright? It netted us our crucial contribution medal. Alright, we managed to kill 12 enemy tanks between us. Alright, we all finished in the top 3 anyway. This was also Graylin's first ever crucial contribution. And to be perfectly honest with you, buddy, you pulled your weight. It was me that was slacking. 5 kills, 1200 damage. Chris did 1700 with 5 kills, and I did 900 with 2 kills. So we pretty much, it wasn't, well, yes, it was a carry. I mean, come on, it was a carry. Without us there was no way they would have won that game. But our mobility is what won us the game. We managed to get back in decap, otherwise they would have lost. So actually, yeah, it was a good night in the Cromwells. We managed to achieve the mission as well. Our mission was on that match to kill 3 enemy tanks. The secondary mission wasn't achieved because we had to all shoot the same thing. And unfortunately that didn't happen. Basically that mission is a Wolfpack mission, and we managed to do it with honours, namely a crucial contribution. You need to kill 12 enemy vehicles to do that, so if those of you who've never seen one of those before. Alright, I'll catch you next time, guys. Well done, guys. Bye now.